What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the bottom. Today we're going to be going over biceps. We're going to go over 6 exercises, 3 different supersets. So let's get into it. All right, so the biggest thing with biceps, arms, in my opinion, a lot of times I give people like, you don't need a whole arm day. I mean, I used to lift like that, like at the end of the lift, just throwing a couple sets of curls, but I didn't really get good results like that. So I changed my split up to where I can put an actual arm day in, focus on biceps, focus on triceps, and get a good amount of exercises the same way I would with chest or legs or anything like that to build a muscle. I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, it's a muscle group in the body, so it makes sense that you have to work it to a certain level for it to actually grow. So what works for me might not necessarily work for you as far as timing. So maybe you can't exactly slide an arm day into your split, which is fine. Maybe you're busy, maybe you have a lot of things to do. So what you can do is you can take this workout here, you can put it in the back of your back day or whatever day you want to. For beginner intermediates, you should be fine going through it, 2 or 3 solid times. But for advanced people, you should probably go through it either 4 to 6 times, depending on your level, depending on how long you've been lifting and things like that. So decide what's best for you, pay attention to the cues, and let's go over everything. Anyway, we're gonna start off with 2 exercises. This behind the back curl, and then we're gonna go into the rope curl. So the biggest thing with this one is making sure that your elbow stays behind your body. You're not really trying to do the regular curl where you can come all the way up to the top. You're really just trying to get the most tension you can out of the movement here. As soon as you start pulling the cable towards the middle position, you should start feeling tension on your bicep. So that's the reason why you put your elbow behind your back. So the second one we're gonna move on to is the rope curl. So here you can kind of stand over it a little bit more. It's just like kind of like a basic curl. And then at the end of it, if you want to break it apart, that'll help you kind of achieve somewhat of a supination. I mean, obviously when you reach that, your pinky is all the way out there. Sometimes you can twist out that far, sometimes you can't. So we're gonna go ahead and run through a few sets. With arms, like I said, I had a little trouble growing them in the beginning of the process of the journey. So I had to spend a little bit more time on that. But with the time I spent on arms, that's when I also figured out tempo, choosing the right weight and correct form. So all those things are gonna help you grow your arms and any other part of your body as well. But if you don't have the right intensity or tempo when you're doing things, you're just kind of rushing and going through the motions and you're not getting the most out of it. So it's really important that you control the movement and you control your tempo as well. All right, so second superset that we're gonna go through, preacher curl, and then we're gonna also go through easy bar curl, drag curl. So biggest thing with the preacher curl is making sure that your seat is at the right position. So you wanna make sure that your chest is here and not your stomach. So my stomach's here, it's a little bit too high. So I'm just gonna lower it a little bit. So my chest is right here on the pad. So when I pick up the weight, I can still have full extension of the bar and I can still pull it up without it hitting the handle or hitting this part of the machine. So I'm gonna hit that first. Second exercise is drag curl. So the biggest thing that you're doing is you're pulling your elbows to the back of your body. So I found this a good variation, something to switch up, a little bit different than a straight bar curl, a little bit different than the easy bar curl. Gives you a different kind of angle to hit your bicep with along with the preacher curl. So you come up here and grab the bar, you're pulling your elbows to the back of your body. The bar should be coming up towards your chest, and then you're pulling it right back down, dragging it across your body. So pulling it up here, and then coming right back down. As soon as you pull up, you have tension on your bicep, opposed to where, if you're standing up and you have the regular curl, when you come up here, you're not getting the same intensity that you would at the angle that you would here. As soon as you straighten your arms out, you're not getting any rest. But when you're here, you just have your hands over to the side and it's at a resting position. So If I come up, I take it all the way down here, I still feel tension in my bicep. All the way up until here, and then coming all the way back down. So preacher curls, really good exercise to put into your routine so you can hit your bicep at a different angle, confuse the muscle a little bit more than you already are. The last two exercises that we're gonna go through, it's kind of a variation of a Zotman curl. Honestly, don't really know where it came from. My workout partner showed it to me and I've just been running with it ever since. So we're gonna take 2 dumbbells, and then we're gonna come up, we're gonna twist, come back down, come back up, go back up, and then hit another one. And then after that, we're gonna go heavy hammer curl. I always talk about using proper form, the right weight, and good tempo. So that still applies when you're on your heavy sets. So you need to go up, you know, whether it's 2.5, 5, or 10 pounds, going up using good form and good tempo is gonna help you grow. You have to go up higher in weight to grow. So within that, always remember that you don't wanna break your form for heavy weight. So when I use the hammers, I should still be able to come up without my elbows coming up here, moving forward, or without me swinging back and forth. So I'm gonna pick something like 40, 45s is a pretty good weight for me not to break my form, and then I'm just gonna run through it. I'm always aiming to get volume, especially with those trouble points. Like I said, arms was a trouble point, legs was a trouble point. And I just realized I need to get a lot of volume in. So to do that supersetting helps you get a lot of exercises in a smaller amount of time. It also helps your intensity with your workout go up because you're just bouncing back and forth each time. So that's gonna help you when you're trying to improve any area that's a weak point for you. For biceps, make sure you drop anything in the comments that you want me to make further videos on. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the bottom and that notification button so you can catch any other videos that I drop in the future.